Have you ever thought about buying and selling real estate without having to step into the property? Have you ever thought about that maybe your next or your first investment property might be in a city that you don't live in and that you're never going to physically step foot in? Have you ever wondered if you can take technology as an advantage and go ahead and invest in properties that are far beyond your physical reach? If you have thought about any of this, then this is a great video for you, because today we're going to talk about virtual real estate investing, how I got started, how I came across this opportunity, and how you can get started as well. So go ahead and tune in. What's up, everyone, and welcome to Real Talk with Olamide, where we talk about all things real estate. Today, we have an interesting topic, and we're going to talk about virtual real estate investing. And so a lot of people are probably thinking, what do you mean by virtual real estate investing? I want to spend a couple minutes just clarifying what I define as virtual real estate investing so that everyone can be on the same page. So when it comes to virtual real estate investing, as we know, there's metaverse, there's digital real estate. There are a lot of different ways to buy real estate virtually, actually, right now in the metaverse and in other areas. That's not what I'm talking about. What I actually am talking about is buying and selling traditional real estate. And I'm really more so focused on residential real estate. So to further clarify, what I am saying is this video is about talking about traditional residential real estate investing and investing virtually. So buying and selling properties, physical, tangible properties, from the comfort of your own home, from vacation, really from anywhere around the world if you have the internet. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what it is, how I stumbled across it, and a story of mine about me buying and selling a property, and multiple properties actually, 100% virtually. And so in this day and age, as we know, and I always say this, but virtual is the new norm. A lot of people that had jobs that they were going into the office, now these days, they're not going into the office. A lot of them are able to work remotely. You're able to get food delivered remotely. You're able to find a ride to a place just having your phone and an app. The opportunities are almost endless when it comes to just the amount of virtual services that are available. There are virtual assistants. And if you're looking for a virtual assistant, make sure you check out this link here where I talk about the benefits and if it's time for you to go ahead and get a virtual assistant. But all in all, when I started investing in 2019, nobody was doing virtual real estate investing that I knew. Now, maybe there were some big investors that were doing it from across the country. I don't know, but no investors that I knew were doing virtual real estate investing back in 2019 when I first got started. So the first year I was doing traditional real estate investing. And I say traditional meaning I was going to the property and then I sold the property that I physically went to. But then 2020 hit, and we all know what happened at the beginning of 2020. I don't have to say the word, but we all know exactly what happened that made people not be able to physically go outside. We were in a season that was unprecedented for many of us, and we had to start quarantining. So I had to make a decision. I said to myself, do I want to stop investing because of what's going on in society, or do I want to continue? And so I said, you know what? I need to figure out a way to go ahead and start buying and selling properties 100% virtually. And I'm not going to say that I was the first person to virtually real estate. That's definitely not the case. But I will say that for me, the time when I started looking into it was really especially when the pandemic happened, when we had to go ahead and quarantine. And so that's just an example of sometimes how problems provide paths for solutions. That opened up the door of opportunity for me. So instead of just looking locally for properties that were selling below market value, I was able to open up my search. So for example, let's just say you're in Dallas and let's just say you're just becoming a real estate investor. If you were wanting to go the virtual real estate investing route, if you wanted to look at a house at El Paso, in Corpus Christi, wherever you want, ultimately, you don't have to limit yourself to your surroundings. Now, virtual real estate is not for everyone. I know investors that do not and will not buy a property if they have not stepped in it themselves. So this isn't to say that everyone needs to start virtual real estate investing. A lot of people actually really enjoy physically going to properties. That more so traditional route is still definitely something that's absolutely doable, that a lot of people, if not the majority of people, are still doing. But for those that really want to take advantage of technology, that want to expand their scope, expand their horizons, then virtual real estate investing might be something for you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my first deal when I first became a virtual real estate investor. So my first deal was in a city that's close to San Antonio, and I am in the greater Houston area. Ultimately, how I found this deal is that I was doing Facebook marketing. I found a deal. I had a seller that was interested in selling the property. You might be asking, well, why would a seller that's never met you, why would they be interested in selling you a property? But think about it. People get offers from Zillow all the time. People get offers from these big house buying businesses. So actually, this is being normalized. A lot of buyers, especially buyers that are looking to sell properties that are not in good shape, and even if they are in good shape, a lot of people are getting a lot more comfortable working with people virtually, having conversations on the phone, especially with what's happened over the last few years. This is getting a lot more normalized. So in approaching the seller, I didn't have any issue with just communicating that, hey, I'm looking to stay socially distanced. I would like to buy your property and things like that. And we were able to negotiate, get to a price that made sense. And so I was able to get it under contract and go ahead and buy the property. Now, any investor, and if you're looking to become an investor, you're gonna wanna do your due diligence on a property before you buy it. A lot of times this due diligence comes in regards to making sure you understand the value of the property, making sure that you understand how much repairs are needed, and also some of the repairs that might not be seen, so potentially getting an inspection done. And guess what? You can do all of these things virtually, whether it's connecting with a local realtor. I am a licensed realtor, so it's very easy for me to connect with other realtors in other cities to help me to just quantify and verify what the price of that property was, and other comps that I could use to verify that price. Comps are comparable properties that are close by, that have similar bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, that sold recently. And so because I was able to compare that, I was able to understand what the value of the property was. I was able to partner with a local contractor to physically go in the property when I wasn't able to. Also, I was able to have a local inspector go and do that full due diligence process so that I was comfortable to go ahead and buy the property. So I bought it without stepping into the property. Then I found a buyer not stepping into the property too. Using Facebook, I was able to find a buyer as well and to sell the property. So as you can see, I marketed the property. I found the seller. I found the team that I needed to locally be there when I decided not to be. And I also found that buyer. And in terms of closing, there is something called having a mobile notary. A mobile notary is essentially when you can actually close from anywhere. Your title company will send a notary to you, and a notary is someone that can be a witness to your signatures. So they will send a mobile notary to you. They will send the closing package to you, and you can sign from the comfort of your own home. You can meet up wherever you would like to. And for me, I was able to have a trusted title company send me my closing package, send the other party their closing package, and we were able to close without ever physically meeting each other. And so this is absolutely possible. It's definitely a way that is trending to buy properties. And even if you're not one of the big players out there like Zillow and all the other big players, know that there is a piece of cake for you. You can have a piece of the pie, whether you choose to have a small piece of the pie, whether you choose to partner with others to get a larger piece, whatever you do, there's no such thing as being too small of a buyer. So thank you for tuning into Real Talk with Olamide, where we talk about all things real estate. I hope you learned something new. If you're interested in getting into virtual real estate, if you have any questions, check out the link in the description. That will give you a link to get in contact with me if I can help you answer any more questions. All right, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.